Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and I'm so happy that you're here today because I have a lot of fun goodies to share with you today. Today we are doing an empties video, and to be specific, it is a makeup empties video. So sit back, relax. I have almost 7 months of makeup empties to share with you today. My plan was always to save all of my empties for the year, for 2022, and share them with you at the end of this year. However, I'm kind of in this cleaning mode in my house right now, and I just don't have the space in my small apartment to be hoarding big bags of trash. So I am not going to be doing a year-long empty video. My apologies if you're looking forward to that. But we are going to be doing more frequent empty videos on my channel moving forward, maybe monthly or bi-monthly, or maybe just as these empties start to accumulate to a certain level where I have a good amount to share with you for a video. I do have quite a large collection of empties, so I'm going to be splitting these up into 2 different videos. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all of my makeup empties that I've had so far this year, and then in a different video I'll share all of my other beauty empties like hair care, skin care, body care, all that kind of stuff. If you care, check it out if you do. Go ahead and get it out of the way. Go ahead and like this video if you enjoy empties videos and you want to see more of these on my channel. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. My name is Jessica. I love project panning, and because I project pan, I do have quite a few makeup empties that I probably will have to share with you every so often. Let's get into these empties. I'm just gonna go in order with how I apply makeup on my face. We're gonna start with primers today. The first empty is a primer. This is the Benefit Professional Primer, and I really do love this primer. It's one of my favorite pore filling primers that I've ever tried. I'm kind of on a hunt right now for a good pore filling primer, and I think I may have found my favorite so far. It's not this one, but this is a good one. However, there are, I think, comparable options at the drugstore for a cheaper price. So this is just a mini. You know, Sephora is always giving away these minis like they are candy. I don't think I've ever actually purchased this primer. I've just gotten samples of it. But I do really enjoy it, and would I consider purchasing this someday? Probably not for the price point, because I have found one that I like even more at a drugstore price point. Another primer that I finished this year so far is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and this is supposed to be a dupe to the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, and I've tried both. I guess I would say they are pretty similar, but with that said, they're both pretty meh. Like, I don't find them to be very pore filling or smoothing. I even find them to be a little bit maybe greasy. I don't find that it's helping to improve the wear of my makeup or the lasting power of my makeup. It was just kind of like a whatever product, and I would not repurchase this again, or the Silk Canvas. It's just not my kind of primer personally, but we did finish that one up in my project pan this year, and that was really fun to empty out. And I'm just glad to have it out of my collection because I had some people warn me. They told me it wasn't that great, and I wanted to give it a try anyways, and now I know. I also have 2 foundations in my empties right now. These are both from my project pan. If you're not watching my project pan videos, what are you doing? I will link them up here in the cards and in the description box. So check out as I am using up these products month by month. You can track my progress. So the first foundation we used up is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. I had the shade MW2, which was a great match for me. I loved this foundation. I found it to be very medium coverage, but it looked really nice on the skin, very radiant, had good lasting power, and it even has SPF 20 in there. So that one took quite a while to use up. It has that doe foot applicator. It took me like a good 6 months, I think, to really pan this, if not longer, but I really enjoyed the process of that, and happy that it didn't expire in my collection. And then we also just recently finished up the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation, and I have the shade 204 Natural Buff, and I completely scraped this one clean. This is another foundation I really enjoyed. I tend to like these glowy medium coverage foundations, and these were both good options if you're into that kind of product as well. We've used up quite a few concealers so far this year, which is really fun. I'm always working on reducing my numbers in my inventory, so it's really satisfying to see these things cycled out of my collection. So first we have a color corrector by Pixi. This is the Pixi by Petra Correcting Concentrate in the shade Brightening Peach, and I think it's the second shade they have of it, like the medium shade, and it was like a nice peachy color. It's, you know, a color corrector for those purple bluish tones under your eye, and I really liked how it performed. It was a really good substitute for the Benefit Erase Paste that I had in my collection, and I know that Bobbi Brown and Charlotte Tilbury have similar products like this, and I recently treated myself. I bought the Charlotte Tilbury color corrector, and I do really love it. I mostly love it for the packaging. However, I don't find it to perform that much better than this one. I do think it is a little bit more creamy, a little bit more lightweight, a little less oily than this one. Not to say this one's oily, it's just a little bit nicer consistency, but this one does the trick just fine, and it's $12, and there's no reason you need to spend $30 on the Charlotte Tilbury one. I can't speak for the Bobbi Brown one, but I've heard that one is also really good. So if you enjoy this kind of product, I would definitely give this one a try if you're looking to save a few pennies. Next we have this IT Cosmetics CC Concealer. This is their, oh no, this is a foundation. Whoopsie. So yeah, this is a little sample foundation that I used. It's the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Oil-Free Matte. It's their CC foundation. It's a foundation, okay? Call it whatever you want. It's a foundation. But this is their matte formula of their regular CC cream. And this one has SPF 40 in it. I didn't think I would like a matte foundation. I typically don't gravitate towards those. But since I had the sample, I went ahead and went for it, and I actually quite enjoyed it. It has really good coverage. It's very high coverage, more high coverage than I normally reach for. This is the shade Medium, and typically their medium shade works really well for me in their regular CC cream. I used to love that CC cream. I bought it multiple times. This one felt a little bit dark, but it worked just fine. I think it was also just a really thick consistency, so it wasn't very easy to blend, but I was able to use up that entire sample size and just rotate it out of my collection. Back to concealers. I have two more concealers that I've used up so far. So first is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I have the shade Custard, and this was also a part of my project pan. And at first I wasn't a big fan of this concealer. I thought that it was a little bit too heavy for under the eye, but then I started to use it as an all-over concealer, and I really liked it for that. I would use it just to cover up dark circles, any hyperpigmentation, and just put it in the areas of my face where I felt I really needed it. I would blend out whatever I applied and then set it with a powder foundation, and I really loved how that worked. It was kind of a more lightweight makeup for the day. It did not wear as well as like a foundation would, but it did help me to use up this product completely. And Custard was a beautiful color match for me, and it also blended really well and gave amazing coverage. So this is really good for spot concealing, I would say. I don't think I would repurchase this. It's just quite expensive for the amount of product you get. It does have kind of a cult following, and I could see why. It does give great coverage, and it is quite creamy and nice on the skin. So that is another one that I'm just happy that I forced myself to pan, because it really helped me get to know this product and appreciate it a little bit more and get good use out of it before it expired in my drawer. I'm rhyming. I'm Dr. Seuss today. The last concealer I most recently used up is my Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer, and I believe I have the shade Medium in this as well. Oh no, actually the shade Light. I believe I bought the shade Light because I wanted it to be slightly lighter than my skin tone for a highlighting effect. Really did enjoy this concealer. It is quite light on the skin. It does give decent coverage, not like super high coverage, but enough for day-to-day wear, and it just feels really nice underneath the eye. It doesn't really crease much, I found, and it's set really nicely with almost any powder that I used with it. So yes, enjoyed it. Would I repurchase? Maybe someday. There's so many concealers out there, and I definitely want to try more different formulas that I've heard good things about. So probably won't repurchase this anytime soon. If maybe there's like a great sale and I need a concealer, I would consider it. Our last cream face product is a highlighter, so you won't even be able to tell what this is, but if you've been watching my project pan, you will know this old friend. So this is actually the Tarteist liquid or cream highlighter in the shade Exposed. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and it took me gosh, it felt like almost a year to finish panning this. It went on forever and ever and ever. I don't know why, I just kept like forgetting to use it. But we did finally use that one up, and this is just a type of makeup item that I don't typically reach for. I have been in the past year just because I'm trying to use them and get them out of my collection. But this one was the first and probably my least favorite of the liquid cream highlighters that I have in my collection. It was just a little bit thick. It kind of was hard to blend, and it did pick up product a little bit when I applied it. So didn't love it. I don't even think they carry these anymore. I wouldn't be surprised because they kind of stink. So happy that that one's gone. Got a few powders that I've used up this year already. So first I have the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and this is in the shade Light. I really liked this shade for me as a slight highlight. I had the shade deeper than this one before. I think it was light medium, and it was just a teensy bit too dark for my preference. This is a drugstore setting powder that I really love and enjoy. I would definitely repurchase. It is a really good bang for your buck, and it just is very smooth. It gives a flawless finish. It even blurs pores. I really, really, really like this one, so I would recommend that one. I also used up a few random setting powders. I have this one from Youth Minerals Sweden, and this is their transparent veil, and I believe a friend gave this to me who was decluttering it from her collection. I think it was almost half empty when I got it, so that was a quick one for me to use up. It's just like a blurring powder, not quite a setting powder, but a nice kind of finishing powder. I also used up this one from Bare Minerals. This is their mineral veil, and I think I had this in my project pan as well, but again, this one was about halfway empty. Another one passed down from a friend, and I quickly used this up in my project pan. I'm glad I got to try this again though, because I used to be a Bare Minerals stan when I was a little girl. Like, that was my first makeup set that I had, like in high school, and you know, it was on all the infomercials. If you're around my age, you remember. But this mineral veil was just the finishing touch on top of your base, and it gave such a nice glow, and I really did enjoy using this product again, kind of rediscovering it. If I was in the market for a finishing powder, I would consider picking up something like this if it was on sale especially. So really did enjoy using that one again. Next we have one of my greatest accomplishments so far this year, and that is my Hoola bronzer from Benefit. And this was in my project pan for a long time last year and well into this year, and it felt so good to use up all of this product. Look at that nice shiny pan there, except for, you know, all that dirtiness at the bottom. Ignore that. But yeah, it's empty. It actually did break near the end of its life, and I repressed it into another palette. But this one was just really hard to get through. It's quite a firmly pressed powder. I guess there's quite a bit of product in there, and it wasn't my favorite shade for me. It was okay in the winter, but not so great in the warmer months when my skin is a little bit more tan. I just didn't love this product. Didn't quite understand the hype behind it for all these years. It just wasn't perfectly matched for my skin tone and what I prefer for my makeup. I prefer maybe a deeper, maybe more orangey bronzer, I guess. So that was a big accomplishment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Another huge accomplishment is this glitter primer. Now, hey, can you recognize this from what you are seeing now? Look closely. It's very old. I had this for probably 2, maybe 3 years, but I did finally finish it, and I used it almost every day for my eyeshadow. Anytime I was wearing a shimmer, I was probably wearing this to help it to stick and last all day. This is the NYX glitter primer. It used to have a holographic label. You know, this is how well loved it is, okay? You can see that I really did love it. This is basically the only eye primer that I use. I don't use a typical eye primer. I just use this one underneath shimmers, and it really does improve the impact of shimmers as well as the lasting power of those shimmers. They last all day long, and it is quite effective, so that's a great one. Next we have a little sample from Benefit. This is their Benefit, I think this is the Gimme Brow. They're like brow mascara, and I love this product. I do love how it plumps my eyebrows. It doesn't have the best hold, but this shade match was really good for me. I think I had the shade 3 or 4. Sorry if I don't really remember, but it's all wiped off from this packaging, so I am just guessing at this point, but I really did love this product. My fan is on. Let me turn that off. Okay, hopefully didn't mind that. This is a great brow product. However, for the price point, I have found drugstore brow mascaras that I like even more. The brush on this one's really good. I like how small it is. It really makes it easy to apply. And I have found ones that I like at the drugstore, but the brush is substantially bigger, making it a little bit more tricky, but I can handle that. I am not gonna pay $30 for brow mascara when I can get one for $7 or $8. So this one's empty, but I will not be rushing out to get that unless I get a point perk or a sale or something awesome like that. We have an eyeliner that I finished up this year. This was a part of my project pan. This is the Bare Minerals Lasting line. And this one actually went quite quick, surprisingly quicker than I thought it would. I think I used this up in just a couple months. I was using this as a liner for my upper lash line for a good solid couple months and taking a break from the liquid eyeliner that I normally use. And I actually quite enjoyed it. I found it to be a nice, quick, effective way of doing my eyeliner that I'd kind of forgotten about. I used to do my eyeliner that way all the time. And since I've fallen in love with liquid eyeliner, I've kind of been a liquid eyeliner girl, but it was nice to just be reminded that there is another way to do eyeliner, and I'm happy that I was able to use up a product in my collection that had just been sitting around for far too long. So I have 4 liquid eyeliners here. Like I said, I'm a liquid eyeliner girl, and most of these were quite dried out at the beginning of the year, so I didn't use these all up in the past 7 months, but they are all empties as of this year. So I'm not sure which order I used them up. And actually, I think a few of these just dried up and weren't very good. So that's why they're here in my empties bin. Not necessarily that I used up all the product, but they were just kind of crappy. So first is this one from Ico. This is their big fat one. I don't know the name and it's all rubbed off, but I really love this eyeliner. This one did last a long time. And because it has such a big pen, you'd think it's like really hard to make a wing with, but I actually found it to be really quick and easy because you could just make the shape you wanted in one little stamp, and it really worked well for what I like to do with my eyeliner. So I would recommend giving this one a try. If not, this one from Ico. I know they have lots of good eyeliners and mascaras, so I really do like that brand. Another one I tried, this was kind of like just like a random thing I picked up at a drugstore just trying to give it a go. This is from LA Girl, and this is their Fine line. And this one dried up almost instantly, I think. Like I hardly got any use on it. It's like coming off now, of course, but I think also just like kind of like a gray, like wasn't very opaque. It had almost like a gray cast when you used it, and it would like work on my hand and then not work on my eye. Like, you know how eyeliners do that? This one did that all the time. It drove me crazy. I threw it away before I'd even had it very long. Next is the one from Physicians Formula. This is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Ultra Fine Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Ultra Black. And this one has been raved about on YouTube. I've definitely heard quite a few people talk about it. I don't know. It didn't do it for me. I think it just like stopped working quite quickly. I think the applicator just like wasn't very good. Like it's coming off now, but like, I don't know what happened with this one. I think I might have fudged it up. I think I may have gotten some eyeshadow or some other gunk on the brush and it just quickly gunked up the applicator and it wasn't working anymore. So maybe I need to give this one another try. Let me know if you've tried this one in the comments. Did you have the same experience? Did it work better for you? Do you like it? Because I'd be willing to give this one another try. Although I do have other eyeliners that I trust that I would probably go back to before this one, but still curious to see what your thoughts are. Next, we have this mini from Kat Von D. This is their tattoo liner, and this was like a gift with purchase, or it came with like another sample size, maybe like a Christmas package or something like that. This is the Trooper Black shade, and this is a eyeliner that I have loved for years. I used to buy it religiously, and it does work very well. Now that they've rebranded to remove Kat Von D from them, I'm okay with using this eyeliner. I actually do have one of these eyeliners in my backups because it was on sale during the 21 Days of Beauty sale at Ulta, I believe. So I went ahead and picked one up. It was a good deal. I know I love this eyeliner, so I would definitely repurchase that one again. And this one's, they last quite a long time for being such small little minis. So I've heard like conspiracies about how these are the same size as their big sizes, but this is neither here nor there. I just know I like this eyeliner and it works well for me. So yeah, there you have it. So I've got 4 mascaras here, and you know, mascaras only last so many months, but I probably threw a few of these away before their life was over just because I didn't like them very much. I'll do that. If it's not performing, I'm not gonna fight with a mascara. I just don't have the time for that. And I have mascaras that I know I like. So if it's not working out or if it's just a little bit dry, it's gone. So the first one is this waterproof one from Maybelline. This is their Colossal mascara. And I picked this up when I was on a trip in Hawaii because I needed a waterproof mascara. And this mascara is terrible. I'm telling you, like, I've tried this mascara in the regular formula and I really liked it. It worked just fine for a daily mascara, but this, I don't know what it is about this waterproof formula. It's smudged everywhere. And isn't waterproof mascara not supposed to smudge? Isn't that the whole reason that you wear waterproof mascara? It was like immediately as I would put it on, like I wasn't even in the water and it would smudge all over my face. So don't know what's going on with that one. Didn't enjoy it. Didn't empty it. It's gotta go. Next we have this Lash Sensational mascara, also from Maybelline. And I really did like this mascara. Like, it was fine. It wasn't like amazing, but I enjoyed it. It worked fine for what it was. It has kind of a curved wand, which I typically tend to like. So enjoyed that. And it's also like kind of like a plasticky, spiky wand. So if you like a wand like that, you might enjoy this one. It's decent. It's not amazing, but I didn't hate it. I have this mascara from Essence that I used up. This is their Volume Stylist 18-Hour Lash Extension Mascara with Lengthening Fibers. And this one has been raved about by a few people on YouTube that I follow. However, I just did not like it as much as they seem to. I found it to be very dry. It kind of clumped up because it was so dry. I would like those, like, you know, clumps of like bigger dry bits on each other, and it just also didn't last very long. Like, I think this mascara only lasted me about a month before it got really dry and gross, which I expect mascaras to last longer than that typically. So wouldn't recommend that one, wouldn't purchase that one again. I prefer the other one more, the Lash Princess one. That's the one that I like from them, although that one too does seem to dry out pretty quickly. So I guess you get what you pay for, right? Next, we have this one from Revolution, the Makeup Revolution London line, and it has this really fun, like, iridescent packaging, which is basically why I bought it. It's their Blowout High Volume Mascara, and it has cannabis sativa in it. So I don't know what that's supposed to do for your eyelashes, but I just really loved the packaging. Makeup Revolution was having like a buy one, get one half off sale or something like that. So I went ahead and picked this one up, and this one, again, was only okay. It was actually a little bit frustrating. It was not my favorite formula. After it was open for about 2 weeks, I liked it more as it dried out a little bit. It just had a better build on my eyelashes and I was able to have a little bit more control. But then it quickly kind of petered out after that. So wouldn't recommend that one either, but hey, it's fun to look at. I also have this little mascara accessory is what I call these. This is the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Primer. It's a, you know, eyelash primer. And you're supposed to put this on your eyelashes before your mascara as like a base coat to kind of plump up your lashes and give them like that initial base, and it makes the black look extra black when you put it over this white. That's the idea. I think this is a decent product. I don't know. I just don't really use products like this. It's an extra step that I don't really want to take. I tried using it several times. I didn't notice that big of a difference, and I just want my mascara to do the job of my mascara. I don't want to have to use another product like this primer to get my mascara to perform the way that I would like it to. So that is why I emptied this out. I just, it wasn't even quite empty. I just had it for a long time and it was time for it to go. I used a good amount of this product, but I wouldn't purchase it again. I just don't think this is a step that I need in my makeup routine. Moving on to lips, I have used up 3 lip liners this year, which is just amazing. I am really trying to pare down my lip liner collection. So the first one was from Rimmel. This is their Exaggerate Full Color Lip Liner, and this was the shade East End Snob. It's like this really cool toned neutral pink. And I just flew through this lip liner. Very creamy formula. It goes really quickly. Same is the story with this lip liner. This is from Wet n Wild. This is their gel lip liner, which I do really love this formula, but it is so creamy. It goes by in a breeze. They only cost like $2 or $3, but they only last like 2 or 3 months if you're using them on a regular basis. This one was in the shade Never Petal Down. It was like a really pretty bright pink shade. There's already a good amount of product out of it, but I was able to pan it in less than a month. And lastly, I have this one from NYX. Look at this little baby. Look how much of this I used. Isn't it cute? I sharpened it all the way down until there was no more product left inside that pencil. So this was, I don't even know what the name of this product is the NYX lip liner. This was the shade Peekaboo Neutral. I really loved this shade. It was like a Your Lips But Better shade, perfect for every day. I used that in the gloss for a little nude lip, and I loved how that worked out. So having 3 lip liners out of my collection already this year is really, really good. I also have 2 empty lipsticks, and they're both from Bite Beauty. I really wanted to use up my Bite Beauty lip products because they are made of all natural ingredients and they expire a little bit quicker than your normal lip product. So the first one I used up was this little mini. This was, I think these actually came together for a birthday perk from Sephora. So that's kind of funny. I used them back to back. So this one is the shade Chai, and I did actually scrape this one out and you put it into a little pan to use as a cream blush, which I haven't really been using, but I still have a little bit remaining. But this one was kind of a deep nude, not my favorite tone, but I was able to use that one up, and I'm happy that it didn't expire because I did have a lipstick from Bite Beauty in my collection that I actually purchased. It was in the shade Fig, and I loved that shade, and I let it expire in my drawer, and it just smelled terrible, and I threw it away, and I just felt really sad that I didn't get to use that nice lip product. So that is why I'm on a mission now to pan all of my Bite lipsticks. I also used this one. This is like their lip crayon, and this is the shade Glacé. This was also a part of my project pan, and I think I scraped this one out too and joined it up with Chai in that pan to use as a cream blush together. So yeah, those are both empties. Happy birthday to me. I used my Sephora happy birthday perk, like what, 2-3 years later? You let me know if you got this as a birthday perk in the comments, okay? And let me know if you've used them up or if you've decluttered them and you're not crazy like me, keeping lip products too long. Next, we have a lip gloss. This was also part of my project pan. This is a sample size that I got. I think it was like a 100-point perk from Sephora one of these days. This is the Laura Mercier Lip Glacé, and this is the shade Baby Doll. And it was just a really beautiful pink, nothing really that special to it. It did have like a little glitter in it, which was really pretty on the lips. Not too glittery where it looked silly, but it gave it a nice little shine and sparkle to your lips. I really enjoyed that one, and I emptied it out completely, even removed the stopper. Oh yeah, I did remove the stopper. I think I just replaced it and scraped out every little last bit. So enjoyed that one. Last but not least, we have my favorite setting spray. This is the e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist, and it does have a very nice fine mist, and it does help my makeup to lock in and last all day long. So I really, really enjoy this product. It's only about $10 or $11, and it's a great dupe for the Urban Decay Stay All Night. Is it Stay All Night, Stay All Day? You know, the Urban Decay setting spray that is so famous that I love, but is like $30-some a bottle, and this one's only 10 or 11. So I would definitely recommend trying this if you haven't already. Thank you, e.l.f., for coming out with a great drugstore setting spray. All right, everybody, so those are all of my makeup empties for this year so far, about 7 months of makeup empties. I think we're doing pretty darn good. I mean, for 7 months to have that many makeup empties, it definitely shows that my consistency and my commitment to my project pans are paying off, and I am making a nice little dent in my makeup inventory and really just reducing my numbers in different categories so that I can really enjoy my entire collection and not be tempted to buy makeup products that I don't need, while I still have products that I need to use. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the makeup I've used up. If you did, again, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and let me know if you've used any of these products, if you've had different experiences with them, and stay tuned for my next empties video coming soon with all of my skincare, hair care, nail care, all of those fun empties that weren't included in this makeup empties. I hope you're doing really well out there, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.